One of the most anticipated and talked about releases of 2019 is finally here. Parfums de Marly KALAN. Are you ready? Let's do it. Welcome back to another fragrant video. I'm Forti. If you like the smell great, you love to make a great first impression, you definitely came to the right place. In today's video, we're going to be talking about the newest from Parfums de Marly, the French company that is very anticipated and much talked about in the fragrance forums and fragrance community groups. Of course, the beautiful red shiny bottle KALAN from 2019. Parfums de Marly KALAN is not yet available here in the States. You can, however, try this fragrance and pre-order if you go to the Parfums de Marly boutique in New York City. This bottle, however, was not provided from Parfums de Marly. I actually was able to get this bottle from England and shipped it here to me so that I could try it and review it for you guys. Available in two main sizes, the 75ml, the customary size 75ml, and 125 4.2 ounce, just like the one you see here. And the retail price for both sizes are going to be $220 or $295 respectively. Did I mention how much I love this bottle? It's so freaking gorgeous. I love the combination with the shiny red and the silver cap. From all the Parfums de Marly collection, I think the Arabian, collection with the dark bottles and the golden cap are definitely my favorite. I think they're the most elegant, sophisticated looking bottles. However, this here is very, very beautiful. I do like the shiny finish. This is just an impeccable, gorgeous looking bottle. So let's get to what matters the most. Let's get to what do we get from Parfums de Marly KALAN. So this is a woody, spicy fragrance, and I have the dry down. I've actually been wearing this fragrance for a week and a half now. I'm gonna reapply on my wrist here to give myself the initial introduction of this fragrance. So right from the get-go, it's going to be one of those amazing fragrances that Parfums de Marly puts out. This stuff here is powerful, it's very assertive, it's definitely masculine. And you're going to get an initial blood orange feel in this fragrance, but it's going to be very faint and not going to last that long at all, but it's going to add that sweet fruitiness to the fragrance. KALAN is going to have a very prevalent lavender note that's going to be very in your face, almost giving the fragrance like a fougere quality. It's going to have a little creaminess to it and also sharp at the same time, in account of the sandalwood that's going to come to play around the mid of the fragrance. But the beginning, it's going to be a little bit sharp. There's a lot of black pepper in here, which makes it a very spicy, like I said, sharp and spicy at the beginning. And it's going to be a little creamy. That lavender is going to get that sandalwood, which is going to add a little creaminess to it. There's also a little bit of amber here, which adds a little bit of sweetness along with that blood orange, which will fade away afterwards. And as you get into the dry down, KALAN gets a little bit of an herbal nuance, a little green tinge to the fragrance. There's oak moss here, and there's also some other woody components and other spicy elements that will definitely keep this thing very spicy, very sharp, and definitely earthy. KALAN is finished off by this roasted tonka bean accord, which really adds dimension and class to the composition. So here's the deal. Everyone's talking about KALAN is a clone of Baccarat Rouge 540. I'm going to tell you right now, throw it out the window. It's not a copy of Baccarat Rouge 540 by any stretch of the imagination. However, having said that, you do get a slight resemblance with Baccarat Rouge 540. If you own that fragrance or fragrances alike, it's going to be in the same family, like they could be cousins, but it's not very, very similar to Baccarat Rouge 540 because this has other components that makes this a different fragrance altogether. Whereas Baccarat Rouge 540 is smoother, creamier, and sweeter, almost leaning more toward feminine territory, KALAN is going to be drier, earthier, and definitely sharper and spicier, definitely leaning more toward masculine territory. And any account of that lavender, sharp, earthy, masculine territory feel that I get with this fragrance, not only do I get the Baccarat Rouge 540 in its light and very in the background, but I also get similarities with Beach Hut Man from the House of Amouage and also Viking from the House of Creed. So if you do like those spicy, aromatic, fougere, woody, spicy kind of compositions, I think it's definitely worth checking this one out. Performance with KALAN was absolutely outstanding. I got 10+ hours worth of this fragrance. I do spray my clothes. It did last the whole day and then some. If you do spray your clothes, your garment will smell like it the next day. It pushes very strong for the first 2 to 3 hours, so don't go more than 3 to 4 sprays. This stuff is really strong, and needless to say, you're going to get a great sensillage, a great scent bubble. People are definitely going to notice you. KALAN, just like the latest releases from Parfums de Marly, sadly, and Percival, is an all-year-round scent. It has that characteristic of a great signature scent. However, compared to the first two releases, you know, Percival and Sadly, I do like this one a little bit more. I think it's definitely my kind of taste because it has that fougere tendency. I do like woody, spicy fragrances, so I'd say this is definitely my favorite of the 3 latest releases from Parfums de Marly. Ages, I think this is definitely more mature. I'd say 25 to 30 and up to really appreciate this fragrance because of the characteristics and the profile of this fragrance. I do think it's very versatile. You can dress it up, dress it down. However, I think it's a little bit nicer. You know, a button-down shirt, not necessarily a jacket, but I think it's definitely a little bit more classier, more sophisticated type of scent. My final thoughts on Parfums de Marly KALAN 2019 release. I do like this fragrance. It's definitely a solid release from the house. If you do like fougere-like fragrances, if you like more mature, powerful, and assertive fragrances, definitely check this one out. I think you're going to be pleasantly surprised. Those are my thoughts on KALAN. Please, ladies and gentlemen, comment down below. Let me know if you have tried this fragrance anywhere in the world. What are your thoughts on this one? Do you love it? Do you like it? Do you think it was a great release? In comparison to Percival, Sadly, you know, the latest releases of Parfums de Marly, how do you think this one rank? And obviously, in comparison to all of the Parfums de Marly fragrances you've tried, which ones are your top favorite 3 or top favorite 5? Please sound off in the comments. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks so much for tuning in. Thank you for all your support. In the meantime, remember, fragrance is emotion in motion. So wear what truly moves you. I'll catch you guys real soon.